Hello all, this is Barbara Mann from Your Empowered You, and welcome to our short video on Are leaders expected to know everything? Spoiler alert, the answer is no, and that's okay. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the common misconceptions about leadership or those thinking they want to go into leadership. We're going to talk about what happens when we don't know an answer and we act like we do. Then we're going to chat about what happens when we don't know the answer and really say we don't. And then talk a little bit about why follow-up and circle back is really the key to not knowing something that you don't know. But really the moral of this video is knowing what we don't know is fine. It's a-okay. So let's talk about why potential employees avoid promotions or think that maybe they're not ready for management or they don't pursue management. So most of the time, leaders are looking for people who can replace them. If we're good managers, we're leading, we're mentoring people, we're coaching people, and getting them ready for the next step if they want to go into management leadership type positions. So why don't people go? Well, obviously a lot of folks think that they aren't ready, that they don't know everything yet. They haven't performed all of the jobs that may be under that sort of leader. So, an example might be is that the operations, like I've overseen some operations, and you have the admin functions, and then you have different technical managers. And I hadn't performed all the jobs. Heck no. Maybe like one or two of them, and then the other 10 to 12, I hadn't performed all the jobs. But a lot of people think that they need to be in all those positions in order to manage the position. Some feel they aren't technically competent at all the various levels, that they need to learn more about each of the jobs in order to be promoted. Some say they never managed a team and they're feeling a little bit nervous about maybe managing their peers. They may feel that they don't have all the answers, in case one of their team members will ask them a question. Well, that is going to happen. They will ask them a question. And if they don't know the answer, they may feel, inadequate with their team, that they should know the answer and they don't. The team won't maybe respect them, things of that nature. And then they may just be uncomfortable with admitting that they don't know an answer, that they, again, think that they should know everything before they're in the role. Well, here's the deal. The manager already knows that you don't know everything that's in the role. Obviously, because you're not in the role yet. So of course you don't know everything yet. You haven't done the job. That's obvious. But usually people who are trying to encourage folks to go into leadership or be promoted, they see your potential. They know that you're going to be trained, they know that you're going to be mentored, and they trust in your ability. What they are really looking for is, are you okay with asking questions when you don't know the answer? That's really key. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But leaders see your potential. They probably see it more than you see it. So a lot of folks hinder themselves and don't go into these positions because they think they need to know everything. That's absolutely incorrect. No matter how long you're in a position, you're not going to know everything. And you're not expected to. You are not expected to. You're expected to know what you don't know and ask questions. So let's talk a little bit about when we know we don't know, but we're acting like we do. So this stems from someone asks us a question and we think we should know the answer. Like, oh, I should know that. I should know that answer. And so you might be inclined to answer it when you're not 100% sure. So, you're thinking, well, I think I know, but I'm not sure, and you just answer the question. That is not a good idea. If you're not 100% sure of something, just say, I am not sure, let me follow up, and that's what we're going to talk about in the next segment. But if you're incorrect and you have to go back and correct your error, you could have made some sort of significant error. If you told somebody some incorrect information and it caused a significant error, guess what happens? Your judgment comes into question. People are going to start questioning your judgment, which means they're questioning your trust. This is important. So When someone can't trust that you're giving them the adequate answer, you're going to start seeking other opinions. What's the second opinion, right? So it's really important that if you don't know something, it's okay. That's fine. Because again, the fallout from being incorrect can really tarnish someone's reputation in terms of their judgment and trust. So very, very important. So let's talk about knowing what you don't know. So as a manager, this is what I sought out in people, is that even if people were individual contributors and say they were doing very responsible jobs and very big caseloads, because I was a claims manager and they're handling big bodily injury type claims and litigation. As a manager, if it was one of my managers or an individual contributor, what I really needed to know to gain my trust in people was, did they know what they didn't know? So are they comfortable asking questions? You are not expected to know everything, whether you, again, are a leader or an individual contributor. You are expected to ask questions when you don't know the answer. This is important. So you're not expected to know everything. You are expected to ask questions when you don't know the answer. So being okay with, I don't know, let me find out and get back to you. It's not a sign of weakness. Some people think this is a sign of weakness. It is not a sign of weakness. It's an absolute sign of strength, because you're recognizing, I'm not going to just give you an answer off the cuff. I need to go find it out. And it shows that you're confident in your abilities. Like, okay, I don't know this answer. I'm going to go find it out. I have the resources to find it out, and I'm going to get back to you. So it shows definite confidence, and it really models a behavior for others. It lets others know that it's okay to not know everything. Again, you're expected to ask the questions when you don't know the answer. That is okay. Knowing what you don't know is darn important. That's what managers look for in others, to make sure that there's trust. Let's talk about that follow-up. So we're talking about the response of, I don't know, let me find out and get back to you. That's the circle back. So the key part is timely follow-up. You don't want to just say, well, let me get back to you, and you leave it open-ended. What does that mean? Timely means as soon as possible, and keep the person informed or the group informed if it takes you a while to obtain the answer. Some of them will be fast and some of them will take a little more time, right? Always, 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 though, get back to the person with the answer. This really instills the trust. It instills the credibility that you said you'd find out the answer, and it starts establishing yourself as the go-to person for answers. Even though you may not know, and you say, well, let me find out, people are going to probably come to you because they know you have the resources to find out the appropriate answers. So both you and the team learn. They ask you a question, you seek out the answer, you learn something, your team learns something. So it's really a good learning experience. And a lot of times what happens is that the more that you learn, obviously you're going to know that answer in the future. You won't have to say, I don't know, let me follow up. But I'll tell you what, after me being in my industry for 20 years, it happened a lot. I don't know, let me find out and I'll get back to you. It's a completely fine response. I wish more and more people embraced that and understood that that was a completely okay response as long as you get back to the person. Without that follow-up, though, I'm sure we've all heard that too. Like, well, let me get back to you. And then the person doesn't. Without the follow-up, that hurts the credibility and the trust. So you have to follow up. That is very, very key, that circle back. Okay? So let's wrap this up in a bow in this short video. So what are the key items we talked about? Leaders are not expected to know everything. They will not know everything. If you knew everything, the job would get boring. So they are not expected to know everything. They are expected to know what they don't know and ask the questions. Seek out the answers to relay to their team. Do not provide an answer that you don't know and just say something off the cuff, because sometimes you'll be okay with that answer, and many times you won't. You'll have egg on your face, and that's not good, because again, that starts deteriorating the judgment and the trust of your team, or if you've done it to maybe a superior manager, they're going to start questioning your judgment. Be okay and have the confidence that you don't know the answer. Again, it's completely okay saying, I don't know, it's a good question. Let me try to find out and I'll get back to you. That's completely okay. It shows strength, it shows confidence. Key to that, like I said, make sure that there is follow-up and timely communication with the group if it's going to take a while. And if you do all those things, you get more and more comfortable with encountering situations and going into promotional opportunities, not knowing everything, but being okay with yourself of, learning as you go on, learning on the job, essentially, and being okay with not knowing everything. Again, if you're somebody who's thinking about management, you're thinking about, I don't know everything, that I need to, and my team knows I don't know, that's fine. That's totally fine. If someone's seeking you out, they see your potential, and just remember that. So I hope you've enjoyed this short video on, are leaders expected to know everything? The answer is no. Just know what you don't know. That's the key. So for more resources or to schedule a session with me, please visit my website at www.youремpoweredyou.com. You can email me at bman@youремpoweredyou.com, or you can give me a call at 916-633-2555. And I thank you very much and have a very empowered day.